welcome back to my channel. It has been a very hot second. It has been way too long since I last uploaded. But my reason or excuse would be that my life hasn't been that interesting for the past couple of years. I mean, I moved from Malaysia to Bristol, UK to finish up my university, and then the pandemic hit everyone like a truck. So yeah, that is basically why I haven't been uploading, because I haven't been doing much. And also, I am a city girl through and through, so I think moving from KL to Bristol was a bit of a change. At a certain point, it was just a bit boring. But now I have some exciting news. I have just moved to London. This is my new humble abode. It's not decorated yet, but I'm really happy with the bed frame, the bed, my little side corner hanger thingy there. But I will do a full house tour when it's all ready. I am still currently fixing up the house, so stay tuned for that. Right, so I asked you guys on Instagram if you would like to see a Q&A of me speaking about why I moved to London and how I moved to London. Basically a Q&A about moving to London, and you guys answered and said yes. You guys asked me a bunch of questions and I shortlisted them, and here we are filming this video. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so let me get my phone. There are, I think, approximately 11 questions, so we're gonna get started in sequence. Number 1, why did you move to London? I moved to London because Felix, my partner, got a graduate job here. So he finished his degree in economics like last month, and he got a job, which is amazing, ahead of the cohort. Yeah, so he basically got a graduate job in London, and he asked if I would move with him to London, and of course I said yes, because it was the reasonable thing to do. I am currently finishing up my master's in the University of Bristol, but because of the pandemic, everything has been online. I've never been to my uni except to like take cute pictures, because they have some cute locations on site, but other than that, like, I've never actually went for a physical class. So the only thing I have to do now is my dissertation, and I can very well finish it online in London. That's why I moved to London. Number 2, what are you doing now in London? Like I mentioned earlier, I am finishing up my master's. Because everything is online, I only have to submit my dissertation in September, so I don't know, I guess I'll be spending my days at home finishing up that dissertation, and after that I will be looking for a full-time job. I will be unemployed, and then hopefully get a job. I don't know what I'll do if I don't get a job. I don't know. But I need to, so. Third question, what visa are you on? I am on the Tier 4 student visa, because I am a student. Ideally, I get a job that sponsors me a work visa and then I stay. Otherwise, I didn't think that far. So this is all like going with the flow, so here I am going with the flow. We'll see how it goes. Oh wait, but I want to mention that the UK did this graduate scheme thing, that if you start uni in 2020 onwards, you are eligible after you graduate, like degree or masters, to basically apply for an extension of your visa. Like, that helps international students who graduated in the UK stay for another 2 years to find jobs, because otherwise your visa only lasts like after you graduate, after you have your graduation ceremony. So this new visa scheme is really helpful, so I guess I might do that. But otherwise, you guys should jump on that if you haven't started uni and you are planning to, because the UK offers that, and then you get to stay. So number 4, which area in London did you move to? I moved to Fulham. Fulham is next to Chelsea. I didn't know this area existed, but it was one of the areas that came up that it was really residential, and that was what we wanted. Felix was really particular because he was really afraid that like we'd get mugged, or I mean, London is a big city. It is notorious for like some bits of danger, or like danger in general. And with the rise of Asian hate, he was very worried for me, and he didn't want us to live in a neighborhood that was not very like woke or international, or in a neighborhood that was on the lower income bracket, because that would mean higher crime rates. And he just thought that like me being Asian with all the Asian hate, that one day if I walked out on the street late at night I would just get like stabbed or something, which is really cute and really scary. I don't know, but yeah, so we decided on Fulham, which was a really nice area and really residential. So yeah, here we are. Number 5, how did you find your flat in London and what was important? So I found the flat on Rightmove. It's a website, it's an app. You can find houses to rent and buy, and I just kind of shortlisted, like heart-shaped everything, and then called everyone, booked like an online viewing, and then if I liked the look of the online viewing, then I booked a trip from Bristol to London in like a weekend to physically view all the houses. And then any house that I thought was like the one for me, I would put an offer. But obviously you can get rejected sometimes for an offer as well, because sometimes if you try to lowball them, they will reject you, which I kind of did for like 1 or 2 houses. And then eventually I kind of just stopped lowballing them and gave them the price they asked for, and this is how I ended up with this house. So yeah. Oh, and I want to mention that the housing market has like dropped since the pandemic. That's why we were able to afford this place in Fulham. It's a 2-bedroom place for a relatively okay price. So yeah, I think like the pandemic sucked but got us this house. So number 6, how much do you pay for current rent and bills? Like I said, we put in an offer. This place is around 1,500-ish per month, but because I'm living with my partner, we divide it by 2, like down the middle. So the price would be like, I can't do math, but you know, in the middle. So the price would be like 600-700 per person per month. And in my defense, that is the same price I roughly paid for my student accommodation back in Bristol, so it made sense. But obviously this rent price would be excluding bills and stuff, so if I plus bills like electric, water and Wi-Fi, it will be around 800-ish. So it is still slightly more expensive than what I paid in Bristol for my student accommodation, but only a difference of like £150. So it's still okay. Number 7, is it really expensive to live there, and how did you afford it? I would say yes. I'm really broke now. I just moved in like a few days ago, and there was so much shit to pay. I had to pay like the leftover like electric and water bill for the last house, and then I had to set up this house and pay off the deposit. There was a lot of money involved, and I am a broke ass bitch now. But I'm thankful because my parents is supporting me throughout this, because I'm still in uni, so they are supporting my rent. But other than that, I do work freelance and at like cafes as well. So when I was in Bristol, I worked at a restaurant waiting tables, and then I also worked at a gym like front desk. And now I am unemployed, but I am looking for, I guess, like part-time jobs at cafes. And yeah, they pay like relatively well, because I mean the exchange rate and stuff. Like I come from Malaysia, and the minimum wage is nothing, like nothing, and that needs to be fixed. And here it goes with your age. So I'm 23 this year, and I think my minimum wage would be like £9 plus, and in Malaysia that would be like what, 50 to 60 ringgit per hour. So like I work 2 or 3 days for like 5 hours, you know, like minimum maximum, and I get at the end of the month like a £300-400 check, which is like enough for me. I don't really spend that much money. I save a lot, and that's been good. And also during the pandemic, because I was employed, I was on the furlough scheme, which means that because we couldn't work, because everything was shut down, the government was paying us a monthly like salary of what we initially would have earned if we went to work, so we wouldn't be out of a job and like out of pay. So I wasn't doing anything much during the pandemic, so that furlough scheme was really helpful for us to save money and just kind of spend on things that we need and want for our new place now in London. Number 8, how do you manage the cost of living as a student? So as I mentioned earlier, I worked part-time, waitressing, front desk at the gym. I also do freelance work because I studied journalism for my degree. I can write. There are websites like Fiverr, Unitasker that will hire students and stuff to do like freelance blog post writing or like copywriting, social media management, which is my like forte. So it has been really nice that I've been doing that from the comfort of my own home and someone's just sending me money. And also, obviously you have to be savvy with like saving money. I have like a bank account where basically I put in every month like X amount of money and I don't touch it, and only during emergencies I'm like, oh, I need to cash out. So that is the trick, I guess. You just have to be smart with money and you need to actively find ways to make money even if you're a student, and especially if your parents either not helping you as much or are helping you enough already but you still want more, then you have to go out and find ways to, I guess, like afford the lifestyle you want. And I think that's basically what I've been doing. Okay, number 9. Do you see yourself building a life in London? I think I do. I mean, it's been really exciting. Last weekend has been really fun. I mean, we went out around town and to Central, and there's just so much to do and so much to see, and I don't think I'm gonna get bored of it anytime soon. But I'm not sure if this is my forever home. We shall see. Number 10. Have you migrated to the UK? No, not really. I mean, I'm here because, like I said, I'm finishing my masters, and also I would like the opportunity to work here before anything else, because Malaysia is in kind of a situation right now. It's just not great if you're a fresh grad, and if you have the opportunity to work overseas where the money is better and overall the lifestyle is so much nicer, why would you go home? I mean, I would go home, like I would eventually want to go home, but not now. Like I want to build myself up first before I go home, because I don't feel like there's much at home for me to do. There's not a lot of opportunities that would make me feel like I've done my best. 11. Do you plan on coming home to Malaysia? I do. I've been waiting for borders to open. I miss home, I miss my parents, I miss my friends, I miss the food. Like, most importantly, the food. But unfortunately, because the borders are still closed, Malaysia is not taking any UK citizens, so my partner can't come home with me. I don't know. I don't want to be stuck anywhere, so I would rather be here right now and then think about it later. When borders are finally open, then we shall see. I might be able to go home. Right, so that is all the questions that you guys had for me, and I hope I answered them well enough. I hope I gave you guys like a better insight of my move to London. And if you have any other questions, don't hesitate to drop your comments below or hit me up on Instagram, and I will try my best to reply. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I don't know, like what YouTubers say, like thumbs up, like, subscribe, comment below, do that thing. And I will see you in my next video, which is hopefully soon. Okay, bye!